Have you ever heard a rumor so wild that you did not believe it, but deep down you were still curious? That is what fans of Richard Rawlings from Fast and Loud have been dealing with for years. Whispers, stories, and questions have followed him everywhere, but Richard stayed quiet until now. At 55 years old, he has finally decided to tell the truth, and what he said has everyone talking. So if you think you already know everything about him, get ready. Because this is the video where the rumor you heard might actually be real. Richard Rawlings is not your regular television star. He is loud, full of energy, and always has something going on. If you have ever seen an episode of Fast and Loud, you know what we mean. With fast cars, big builds, and even bigger reactions, Richard became the face of the gas monkey garage. People loved him for his wild ideas and his even wilder attitude. But with that kind of fame also came lots of talk, some true, some not so much. Over the years, people have asked the same questions again and again. Is he leaving the car world? Is he selling everything? Is he still close to the team? And most of all, what is really going on behind the scenes? For the longest time, Richard said nothing. He posted fun videos, showed off cool cars, and acted like everything was fine. But fans were not so sure. Something felt different. The shop looked quiet. He was not on television like before. And people noticed. That is when the rumors started growing. Some said he was retiring. Some thought he was sick. Others believed he was done with the car scene forever. But now, Richard has finally said something, and it is not what anyone expected. In a video posted online, Richard Rawlings sat down in a way we are not used to seeing. No engines roaring, no bright lights, just him, speaking directly and honestly. He started by saying, "People have been guessing for years. I think it is time to stop the guessing." Right then, you could feel it. Something important was coming. And then he said it. The rumor was true. Not all of it, but enough to shock even the most loyal fans. He shared that things had changed. The shop was not the same as before. People had moved on. Projects slowed down. He said that building cars was still in his heart, but the hustle of the show, the cameras, and the pressure, it had all become too much. He admitted that for the first time in a long time he needed to step back. Not because he gave up, but because he wanted to live life at a different speed. He is not done with cars. Not even close. But he is done hiding the truth. That hit fans hard, not in a bad way, but in a real way. For some people, this confirmed everything they thought. For others, it was surprising to hear him say it out loud. But the truth is, Richard is human. Even someone with all that energy and fire can feel burned out. And sometimes, stepping back is not quitting. It is choosing peace. Richard made it clear that he is still around. He still loves cars. He still cares about his fans. But he wants to do it differently now. Maybe fewer builds. Maybe new projects. Maybe something nobody sees coming. The best part? He smiled while saying it. Not the kind of fake smile, but the kind that says, "I'm okay with this." And that made fans feel okay, too. Because even though things are changing, Richard is still being Richard. Loud, honest, and full of surprises. The rumor is no longer just talk. It is real, but it is not the end of anything. It is just the start of something new. And knowing Richard, that something new is probably going to be exciting. So what can we learn from all this? Maybe it is a reminder that even our favorite stars go through changes. That people can love something and still decide to take a break. That honesty, even when it is tough, brings people closer. Richard Rawlings did not just confirm a rumor. He opened up in a way most people never expected. And for that, fans are thanking him. Not just for the cars and the show, but for keeping it real. If you have ever watched Fast and Loud, you know how wild the ride has been. And if this video tells us anything, it is that Richard's ride is far from over. It is just going down a different road. One with fewer cameras, maybe, but probably still full of horsepower. And if you are a fan, that is more than enough reason to keep watching. So what do you think about Richard's big news? Were you surprised? Do you think he is making the right choice? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more videos that bring you closer to the stars you care about, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. You never know what is coming next.